Joining us here on Gray But Not Old, the Imprints of Wisdom. We are honored to have our guest with us today, Queen Lana. Queen, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
I'm just glad you're here. Appreciate you. As you have matured in life, what two ages were the most challenging and why?
The first age was about 17. Why? Because I gave birth to my son, Christopher. So, a teenage mom, that was challenging. I was determined. I love education, school, and I was determined to finish school. And that was challenging, of course, with a baby, a newborn baby. The priorities changed, and I needed to make sure that my son was going to be taken care of correctly when I was still in school finishing up. I did finish high school, graduated, and then now I wanted to go ahead and finish educating myself. So I attended colleges, junior colleges at first. That was challenging once again because trying to get babysitters and people one person could trust with my son wasn't always easy. I was blessed to be able to work in a facility, a children's center, that I did feel comfortable with him being there while I was at work and at school. So I persevered and took him with me mostly everywhere to school, working on shows. He would be right there with me as he continued to grow older. Some of the things I was doing in my field, theater field and writing and literature, I would bring my son. So that's challenging, trying to keep a young person satisfied while you're working and attending school. But I managed to do it with God's grace and mercy. He helped me get through it. The second age, well, it's kind of like two more, but I would say 19 in that my father was murdered when I was 19, and he happened to be murdered by a 19-year-old. So that was challenging. My son was just two, and I didn't really have an opportunity to spend the quality time I wanted to with my dad before he was taken away from us. So, or my son Christopher, he didn't have the opportunity to really know his grandfather. And so everything changed in the dynamic. Although he and my mom weren't together at the time, living together, um, my daddy was everything to me, and I was daddy's girl because I was the firstborn eldest daughter, and trying to navigate life without him um, had its ups and downs. It definitely took a toll on the entire family. Um, so that's why I have to go with age 19 being just the most horrific time in my life and trying to overcome the loss of my dad and forgive. That's the hard part to forgive the person who murdered him, which happened to be my age. And that took time over years. That didn't happen overnight. So, yeah, forgiving is a crucial part of healing, of maturing. And I finally got there. I forgave for myself, the person who murdered my dad, and God is still working with me.
Queen Lana, thank you so much. Appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
When you hear if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, what comes to mind?
Accepting negative things, um, because I was raised to believe that it's nothing wrong with standing with people who are positive and doing positive things in leadership positions. But for me to not stand up to injustice or someone doing something cruel, um, I could be with a group of people I believe are friends, And if they're doing things inappropriate and negative and harming others, I feel that a person who don't stand up, that then anything goes, anything negative, anything the enemy comes your way, a person will go ahead and do that. So that's what comes to mind for me when I hear that, and I want to be on the side of the righteous. I want to stand for those who may not can stand for themselves. I will not be around people who choose to do negative things. I'll remove myself.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What is your treasured advisement to share with the younger?
To young people, I believe that young people could benefit by understanding that being a child, number one, that's a gift, and enjoying their childhood while they can. You reach 18, you're an adult the rest of your life. You could vote and die for the country. Um, Although at 21, obviously, you can do other things that you can't. So, no rush to grow older and grow up fast and enjoy your family, all those you love and care about, your parents, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, whoever is in your life. And some family are not blood. So, whatever family God bless you with, spend quality time as much as you can. Definitely the elders. Make time for your elders because they're not going to be around. And then sometimes people are woulda, shoulda, coulda, and it's too late. And of course, we as human beings, we don't know how much time we have on earth. So that would be just top priorities. And that third, I want to throw in a third is save, save, save. Try not to get in the trap of loans and spending while money is flourishing. Tuck away a little something. It doesn't have to be much. Be surprised how a couple of dollars in about 10 years will add up to a little nest egg. So thank you for allowing me to offer that advice to you young people.
I have one last question that I'd like to ask you. What would you recommend that young men and women stay away from as they mature?
Vices. I would recommend they stay away from drugs and alcohol and anything. I was raised to believe too much of anything, no matter what it is in life, is not good for you. So you find yourself habitually needing this and that every single day. So stay away from things that are not good for you, your temple that our creator has given you, and toxicity. Do your best to stay away from that because that environment rubs off on you. And then you may find yourself doing the things that those negative people, got caught up. We're human. People get caught up. So those are some things I would advise young people to stay away. Use your creative juices and your visions for all good, all positive. So that would be my advice.
Queen Lana, thank you so much for joining us here on Gray But Not Old, the Imprints of Wisdom.
You're welcome. I love it. I love this whole venue and segment. Thank you for having a place for us to come voice.